Okay, if you are one of the very special people from a few years ago that has locked in a 2 or a 3% interest rate, and you're wondering what that's going to look like, and you're asking the same question a lot of homeowners are asking right now, like,
Yeah, and the question is, why would I ever sell this house?
because mortgage rates today are not 2 and 3, they are 6, 6.5, depending on the day, maybe closer to 7. So moving right now might not feel like a great idea. It just straight up might not, and that's okay. But
here's the thing. Yeah. Even though rates are higher, guess what? People are still moving.
Oh, baby, are they ever? And tonight we're going to show you why, like, some of the math, we're going to do math. Get ready. Why some of the math still works for a lot of homeowners, and why South Carolina, moving to South Carolina is still, we're hitting it out of the park. We're hitting it out of the park every single year, but there's a lot of people that are still moving here every single day. So we're gonna tease you a little bit with that right now. Yeah. Before we get started with all the math, get your math hat on. I am Angel Przybylski, and this is my handsome husband.
I'm Dan Przybylski,
and we are the GenX Realtors here in Charleston. We made the move, just like you might be thinking about right now. But we are now realtors here in the what they call low country. And so if that is something that interests you, feel free to like and subscribe, whether you're listening to this on the audio or watching us live here on our YouTube channel. We would love that. Just hit that little ding, 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 and or subscribe, and you'll be notified, because we do this every single Tuesday, and it's called
Reality Bites.
Kind of like a TV show from back in the day where you would tune in, Thursday must-see TV, where you would just tune in. We take it way back and we do some Gen X stuff, and we try and keep it real. We try and keep it light, and we try and keep it fun. So that's what's happening today.
Yeah, and if you like content that breaks down what's happening in the real estate market, take a second to like and subscribe. We would love to have new followers on this channel.
Yes. And also, speaking of like bringing you this information, is we have this podcast, and video podcast, I should say, sponsored by our relocation guide. So if a relo is something you're thinking about, feel free to comment relo or shoot us an email, and we can send you that relocation guide. Because guess what? We did it. So we know, that's useful. That's useless. Let's put this together that makes sense. So anyway, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Should we just start off with our favorite part of every video?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me pull up the graphic. If you're listening, it's a graphic that says Gen X fun fact. So we're just going to lighten it up here. Let's go, Dan.
It could be TV, movie, pop culture.
He tries to stump me, and sometimes he does.
Okay, so here it is.
Yeah.
On today's date, March 10th, but it was in 1978. We had our first glimpse of the Marvel universe.
Marvel. Okay. Is it a movie, a TV show? What is it?
It was a TV show. That is the only hint I will give you.
Greatest American. What is it? What is it? Great American Hero. What is it? Da, 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 da. What's that song that we love? The blonde guy with the curly hair? Great American. Anyway, that's not it. No. Did you stump me? What is it?
Really? No other guesses?
It's a TV show.
Yeah.
And it's not Hulk.
It is.
Oh, it is.
You didn't say.
I think I thought it, but I didn't say it out loud.
You didn't say Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk?
Our first glimpse at Bruce Banner.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno.
Roaming the countryside.
I often wonder how many people were like, I got to go work out now.
Well, it's like, how many boots and shirts did the guy go through?
Seeing how yoked he was. The TV show started right now.
Yeah.
March 10th.
It premiered on CBS today, 1978.
Nice. Well done.
He had the green eyes, where his eyes would turn green when you get mad.
You don't want to make me mad. I love it. All right. So anyway, let's get back to the point here of why certain homeowners with beautiful interest rates might feel stuck. So if someone that bought a house for about 450,000, they probably did what? They probably locked in a sweet little.
Oh yeah, like a 3% rate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now imagine selling that home today. We're going to leave any other debt that you might have had. We're just talking about the house.
Yeah.
Selling that home today, but you've got to buy now at a 6.5% rate.
Yeah. So let's say that at 450,000 at 3%, your payments would be around $1,900 a month.
I got to put my glasses on. We're doing math.
And then if you got a house at 6.5% today, you'd be looking at about 2,800.
Yeah, that would make somebody want to like
stay put.
Stay put. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you something. I'm going to show you this cool. So if you are listening on the podcast, my apologies, but we posted it on our Facebook page. We posted it on our Instagram page, and I'm going to share it here.
We'll explain what we're seeing
and
here.
It's a map of the United States, all different colors, and it talks about where people are moving from and where they are moving to, and the net migration that comes. So the gain or loss per every 10,000 people, inhabitants, they say, which is like, you can just say people, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they're not offending anyone by saying inhabitants.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of not offending anybody. We're Gen X. We offend somebody every time we speak.
Sure.
But anyway, some of the redder states that people have moved from are going to be, take a guess, California, New York, and Illinois that they moved from. And then the ones that, and the ones that they moved to are going to be Idaho and Alabama and Tennessee. No surprise there. Maine, which kind of did surprise me. And then lo and behold, this sweet little heart-shaped place that we call home, South Carolina, had the fastest per capita growth in the country.
Close to 80 inhabitants for every 10,000 people.
Is that how that math's out?
Yes. They're not percentages, but
okay.
Whereas like California lost 25 for every 10,000. And Illinois lost 14.5 for every 10,000.
What's a half a person?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a child.
So South Carolina had the highest migration rate for the entire country. That makes it the fastest growing state in the country.
Yeah, and to think about the
Palmetto State, baby.
Oh yeah. For the whole United States, like 15 million Americans relocated last year.
And they probably all might have had a conversation about, we've got the 3%. Should we go for the 6.5? Like, what?
Well, and Charleston is kind of driving that growth when we look at all the things that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have we got some data for you? No math. Just take it in. Just let it sit. And honestly, this is something that we totally get firsthand because we left that lovely state of California. As I've said many times, it is my native state. It was no longer my home state. And Dan had been there for 30 plus years. We had the same conversations that all y'all had might be having about that move of like, is this really just us jonesing for something new? Is this going to math out? What is the term you like to use? Pencil? Does it pencil out?
Does it pencil out?
And what's life going to look like over there in South Carolina? So just letting you know, we have been there, done that, got the t-shirt. We know what that conversation is like, which is why we're bringing this on the channel, because we're like, if it's not just us, we're not anything special. So if you are one of these people, let me show you the graphic one more time, that is thinking about moving from one of these states. Let me turn off the GenX fun fact. Let us know what state that might be. If you're watching this live or on replay, let us know, like, what state are you watching from and what state are you thinking about potentially moving to? Because I find it hard to believe, babe, that there's anybody that is thinking that they've just never thought about moving. Like anytime you go on vacation, you're like, what would it be like to live here?
Unless it's like an inherited castle or something where it's like, well, we've been here for 400 years. We got to stay.
How many of us are inheriting a castle?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
It's not that many.
Anyway, back to what Dan was saying, is that not only does lifestyle matter, but there are people that are reloading here for the growth that is happening here in Charleston. So let me go through some of these industries that are moving here. Healthcare, duh, everybody needs healthcare.
Yep.
Manufacturing,
Yep.
Logistics. We're gonna have to talk about that, and then aerospace.
It's amazing. Well, we're near Florida, I guess.
Yeah. Boeing.
Boeing. Yeah.
Boeing.
So, for example, MUSC recently opened Clements Ferry Pavilion.
Yeah.
And it's an 80,000 square foot medical facility.
Clements Ferry, if you were watching a few weeks ago, Clements Ferry is near the Point Hope location of the Del Webb 55 plus community. We spoke about that. That is off of Clements Ferry Drive, and Clements Ferry is over in that area near the Point Hope Del Webb. This one excites me, I have to say. La Crusette, the big things that we try and make our sourdough bread in, or you make a big, stew. They have moved their distribution here to the Lowcountry, a little bit inland, so they're not coastal, a little more by Georgetown and Walterboro. They've just opened a giant distribution facility, 300,000 square foot facility in the Lowcountry. So
wonder if we get a discount.
All eyes are on South Carolina, not only for homeowners, but for like all of these industries.
Yep.
Go ahead. What's the next step?
Well, Boeing.
Yeah.
Another industry that's fueling growth here in aerospace. Since we're talking about that.
Yeah.
The Boeing 787 Dreamliner.
Is that a plane?
I mean,
it better be.
It better be, right? Is built right here in South Carolina. I would love to get on a plane called Dreamliner. Yes.
You know what's cool is when you go to the airport and you see because the Boeing is right there, obviously, but you see all of the planes in mid-build sticking out from the what is that called? Not the bay.
The hangar.
There you go. That's true. I was thinking bay, like when you take your car to get his oil changed. And then recently, this is something I found interesting. A Vietnamese airline placed an order for some of those Dreamliners. So you might be right.
For how many?
They might 40.
Wow.
40 of those. That's pretty significant. And apparently it's the largest wide body order in Vietnamese history.
Aviation history.
Okay. Sure.
Wow.
So the real question becomes like, why are they still, moving here if they've got these? Where are people moving if they've got these low interest rates?
So when you think about it, with someone like Boeing, they're going to need stuff to build the planes, right? So you got to have engineers, you've got to have manufacturing teams,
HR directors,
suppliers, logistics companies. We were talking about that earlier.
Sales reps.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's walk through some of the math that we were talking about earlier. If you're looking at a higher cost of living, say in California, like we were, Illinois, New Jersey, New York, like if you're looking at some of those higher price point lifestyles, and you're actually thinking, maybe we should hear some math on what it's going to look like. We're gonna do that.
So let's say I'm in California and I've got a house has a value of $450,000. If I locked in a 3% interest rate, my mortgage would be about $1,900. But then we got to figure in utilities, right? And other taxes like property taxes. You're looking at about $750.
I look forward to the day when we don't even have to pay property taxes. I think Florida is leading the way in that. Just my opinion. Come on, Ron DeSantis.
I know, right?
Go ahead.
And I like oranges, so insurance would be about $250, and then utilities would be about $350.
I got him off track. Sorry, my mistake.
So what does that bring their total to monthly?
Where's my notes? Sorry,
that's right.
Thinking about the oranges. Okay, about $32.50 a month. Okay. So with all of those numbers, just on the house, remember we're not talking about anything else, just the house, $32.50.
Well, yeah, and again, that's including insurance, taxes, utilities, property tax,
and that's the house. That's what it costs to run it. And then we will say that more often than not, you're going to find a house here that is going to have an HOA. So we need to, that one could be negotiable. So now we're going to talk about the math with the higher interest rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've got that same home, we won't say the same like for like, right? We're going to say it's about a $300,000 home here.
Well, so here's the deal: is a home that might be worth 450 in California, you could potentially get it here for about 350.
Right.
So you're already going to have a smaller payment based off the higher interest rate just because the house is more affordable.
Right. So you've got a mortgage payment, roughly $2,200. You've got property taxes, utilities,
significantly
insurance.
less.
Yes, property taxes are significantly less here. So your math on that house is going to still be cheaper, but less expensive. We don't like to say cheap.
No.
We say less expensive.
More affordable.
More affordable. There we go. Yeah. To the tune of about $2,920, roughly.
Right.
If you've got kids that leave lights on, your utility bill might be a little higher.
Well,
but that is still a savings of about $330 a month.
So you're paying. So just to recap, you're getting rid of your cushy 3% interest rate.
Yeah.
You're moving across the country to South Carolina.
Yes.
And you could conceivably be paying less overall.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I think that's exactly it. And it's $300 and or just on the low end.
In your pocket.
Yeah. And some cabbage, as you would say.
Mm-hmm. Cheddar.
And you think like, okay, I'm going to move for $300, but that's like month over month over month.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to move, if you're like, I'm sick of this place, you can, and have peace of mind that it's not going to be like a burden on you financially.
And I'm not trying to give you FOMO. Well, I might be, but like 15 million people are doing it, not moving here to South Carolina, but they're deciding to pitch the lower interest rate and move somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just you is the point. So yeah. And this is about the total cost of living, right? This is not just like a house near the beach versus a house near the beach. This is like, taxes, utilities, your insurance and everything like that. So people are not just moving for the numbers. They're moving for the lifestyle. They're moving for, a career that, like we've talked about this before, like California, it's so hard. Like it's every industry is leaving. I just saw today that Yamaha is moving to Georgia. They're leaving. They've been in California for over 50 years. And now they're leaving California. Like there's not going to be any industry. The industry is coming to places like South Carolina, like we just described, Le Creuset and Boeing, and we know Amazon's here and all the other.
That's where your tax dollars are coming from.
Right,
so
exactly.
Like you kind of need them.
Yeah. So like if you're looking at like, okay, do I want to have a career that I can have upward mobility on and own a home? Yeah, you're going to look at places like South Carolina because it's not only gorgeous, the weather is gorgeous, the historic cities, you can drive anywhere within a couple of hours and you're in, other historic cities. States, or other states.
Or you could take a train.
Oh yeah. We just did that.
And we went to Washington, D.C. for under $100 a person.
On the train.
Crazy.
And it was all day and it was spacious.
It's beautiful.
We weren't exhausted from flying.
Or driving.
Changing time zones. Yeah. It was 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yep.
So all of that is accessible to you when you move and you can afford that. In addition to a house and your lifestyle, like you're making a smart decision. You don't have to have FOMO. You can totally do it. So yeah. Quick question. So if you do have a 3% mortgage and you would give that up, why don't you leave us a comment in the chat? Because we want to hear from you on live or on replay, or if you're watching or if you're listening on the audio, we want to hear from you too.
And we're calling this the lock-in effect because people in their minds, they say, well, if I'm at 3%, I can't do anything. I'm where I'm going to be because I'm not going to get that rate somewhere else. And it's not the case. You can overall, you can make it work.
And and this video might need to percolate and sit with you, right? Like you might need to be like, okay, I want to do the numbers myself.
Yep.
Feel free. We would love that.
Or contact us if you have questions.
Yeah, we can do the math with you on the call if you wanted to do that, and we can get a lender here. Like you can really work the numbers.
Right.
But what I was going to say is sometimes it needs to percolate. It needs to sit in your person, and you need to kind of be like,
Mhm.
okay. So if you are considering that, we would absolutely love to hear from you. But you know, we did it.
Yep. And, you know, if this video helps you understand the market a little better, and you have a better understanding of like what your options are, then please like and subscribe. I know I said it earlier, but we want you to be with us every week if
Yeah.
we can.
We're trying to make sure that we're talking specifically to our generation. What are we dealing with? We're dealing with this, you know, not, I don't want to say final chapter, but this second half of our lives.
The best half.
Bringing the nanas and papas and adult children and grandchildren with us,
Mhm.
figuring it out, all settling into a new place. We're you know, we're all kind of walking through this at the same time.
And for adult children, it's like having an explosion of job opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, if where you live, if it's hard or impossible to find a job, there's other places that are hiring. Trust me.
Yeah, we just gave you a bunch. So hopefully you find this information valuable. Again, like, we're not trying to pretend that it's something that it's not. All of this is legit. The data doesn't lie. Let me show you that graphic one more time. The data doesn't lie. People are actually moving here, and we are very excited to keep bringing you this kind of information about what it's like to relocate here, move here, and call this place home. So we will see you next Tuesday live at 5.